Hi, Pastor Ralph with you again. As Jesus has been making a trip, a journey, pilgrimage, final destination is Jerusalem. And he tells the disciples along the way what is to come. And he lets them know that he's to be killed. The Son of Man will die, and on the third day be raised. And it is as if they hear the words, but the words kind of stop at the ears, and the message doesn't really get through to him. But I thought today that I would reflect a little bit on what lies ahead for Jesus. He's far from the first and only person to be crucified. It was a regular practice of the Romans. And perhaps the Jewish practice also had some similar roots. When kings were defeated, as Joshua and the others came into the promised land and they defeated the kings, Joshua chapter 12 tells of 31 different kings who are defeated all in all. Most, if not all of the kings who were killed were impaled and were left up on a pole, but only until sundown. There was as much as an importance to make a statement, there was still a matter of propriety, that there are disgraces that ought not to be done to people. And so even as the bodies were left up for a time, eventually they were taken down the same day they'd been put up. So they were killed. They were put up on a pole, in many ways reflective of what was going to happen to Jesus, who was to be crucified and left on an execution stake. And for how long? Well, the Gospels in John especially tell of the Jewish leaders, because there was a Sabbath, wanting his body to be taken down. And one wonders, if there had not been a Sabbath, what if it had been on a different day? Would they have left his body up anyway? Well, we are reading the Gospel of Luke. And in Luke's Gospel, as in the others, a man among the Jewish leadership who does not consent to Jesus' death, Joseph of Arimathea, asks to have his body. And he's the one who takes it down and puts it in a tomb. Just want us to think a bit about what does it mean that the means of death of Jesus was so much like the death of kings in the land, the promised land, that the Israelites were going to receive as an inheritance from God. God, who was going to be with them in battle and give them victory. And they took the kings and they put them on poles as a statement. And Jesus, who is God's Son, who is coming as Savior to deliver, receives treatment very much like these other kings. Joshua leads the people into the promised land for freedom, to take up their inheritance. Jesus has come to die to free us from the power of sin and death. It's worth thinking about this. Kings that are impaled and put up for a statement. Jesus, who is crucified and put up on a cross as a statement. What does that do for us? In these days of Lent, there are times when it is important to reflect on the cross and to ponder. But also think about this. This horrendous act committed against Jesus was the means for our salvation. And rather than receiving the pouring out of the wrath of God, even as Jesus is dying on the cross, he proclaims, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." When we sin, do we know what we're doing? Again, I invite us to ponder the cross during these days from time to time. Well, I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. God bless you.